as you can see, I'm not a great golfer. But it was one time that I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even swing a club. It was when I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. You know, I was at work down on I-69 in Flint. I was operating engineer, and we were paving I-69, and my energy level plummeted. I lost my appetite, migraine headaches, and that wasn't me. I was always this strong man, never sick. But it was something that had a hold on me. And so I went to the doctor, and he did a blood test. And he actually told me, he said, well, Mr. Scott, the blood test will be back in 3 days. But within 2 hours, the doctor called. He said, Curtis, I have bad news for you. Bad news? Okay, I've had the flu before. I've had a sprained ankle. What could be bad news? He said, you have leukemia. What? I was devastated. Leukemia, it didn't run in my family. That was the thing that I always feared, was cancer. And so I told my wife. We went to see a specialist, and he said, you not only have leukemia, you have damaged chromosomes. Another hit. Well, what do we have to do? Because I want to get rid of this thing. He said it's not that simple. And so he sent me to University of Michigan Hospital. I got a social worker, and they told me about the chemo, the radiation, all of these things, graft versus host disease, all these terms that I didn't know, but I was afraid of. And so I started my process. In the meanwhile, I'm wondering how I'm gonna pay my bills. I can't work. I can't even pay my own life insurance, the very thing that I need. And so one of the resources that the hospital had was a foundation called Children's Leukemia Foundation. Children's Leukemia Foundation? Well, I'm an adult. I'm 48 years old. But then the Children's Foundation, they linked up with me and allowed my wife to drive back and forth. They would pay for gas. I believe they gave her lodging so that she didn't have to, you know, because when you get sick, your spouse wants to be there. And if they are 2 hours away, that's hard. The foundation came in and paid for gas, paid for lodging, and they didn't stop there. They stayed with me while I was in this dark tunnel. But they were that little light that I could see at the end. And so after the chemo and the radiation, I ended up having a stroke. Had to have a craniotomy. And kidney failure, heart damage, lung damage, and the list goes on, but the foundation was there. And so as Christmas rolled around and I didn't have any money, they gave gifts to my son. They just provided a lot of things that I couldn't give him. They gave us theater tickets. They gave us Tiger tickets. They gave us Detroit Piston tickets. They just really stood there as a family would. And so when I say family, I'm not just talking about my mom, my dad, my brothers, sisters, cousins. I'm talking about the Children's Leukemia Foundation. And so now they still stay in contact with me. We went to a great Valentine's Day dance. They just keep me abreast of a lot of different things that they're doing. And there's only one negative part about the Children's Leukemia Foundation. I hate to say it, but it's when they run low on funds. And when you're really depending on the foundation and they say, well, we have to wait to see if we can get some more money, that's heartbreaking. And that's why I'm here today, to say support the Children's Leukemia Foundation, because if it's one thing that they may fall short, it's when you don't give. And so here I am. I am a product of a new family that supported me in times of need, just stuff I didn't even expect. But the support is what really has me here with this in my hand today. Because when you get diagnosed with, and you get an expiration date from the doctor, that's devastating. But it's great when you can have the support of the Leukemia Foundation. So all I'm saying is just support this foundation, because what they're doing, I'm living proof of what they're doing. Because if I was left in that dark tunnel with no light, I don't know if I would be here. So just support the foundation, because without them, a lot of people wouldn't be here. And that includes me. So I just thank you for another opportunity. I'm not good at this, but at least I get the opportunity to try. Thank you, CLF.
It's hard to see what you are doing here in the ruins and where this will lead. Oh, but I know that down through the years, I look on this moment and see your hand on it and know you were here. And I'll testify